Hello everyone, this is MC Squared, and Otaku Jock is with me, and we're doing a, with all the talk of Five Nights of Freddy's going about, we're about to do something a little embarrassing.
A little interesting.
On I-495 East.
Shut up, GPS. We were hanging out with some guys a while back at Dave & Buster's. And I was commenting on the fact that my local Dave & Buster's, which is now closed, we got to find another one, they've taken out some of my favorite games in recent years. And one of these guys commented, oh, games are better at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, you hang out at Chuck E. Cheese? Really? So you know, if it's possible for a grown person to hang out at Chuck E. Cheese, first of all, you don't want to go alone in this venture. They'll think you're a creep or something. Always bring a friend. Making a hangout place. We thought we'd compare Chuck E. Cheese with Dave & Buster's, which I've always considered the Chuck E. Cheese for adults, because they've got a bar there, and they play sports there, and they got billiard tables there, and this is gonna be so weird because first of all, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't been there since I was like 6 years old, because frankly, probably because it's the reason why Five Nights at Freddy's exists, because I reached a point where those animatronics started to creep me out.
Very uncanny valley type deal.
Yeah, I mean, just look at these things. It's fucking creepy. But I've done my homework on the history, and from what and obviously Chuck E. Cheese has changed over the years. When I was little, it was the late '80s, and it was more like a pizza parlor. There was lots of wood and carpeting, green carpeting, and red derbies, and it seemed, I don't know, it seemed more like a place you could hang out in. Nowadays, it's very more kid-oriented with brighter colors, and so yeah, we're probably going to be embarrassed the whole time in there. But we're going to try to rate things fairly in comparing with Dave & Buster's. We're going to be rating based on food, the quality of the food. Now, people always give crap about Chuck E. Cheese pizza, but from what I understand, they have changed their pizza recipe in recent years, so we're just going to give it the benefit of the doubt. We're going to rate on game selection. We're going to rate on ambiance, which I'm pretty sure Dave & Buster's is going to win.
Well, we'll see what that's going to come for.
We're going to rate on value, and we couldn't think of much else, so if it comes to a point of a tiebreaker, we're going to rate on service. But bear in mind, service can vary by location on who's working there. It's a very vague variable, so we're going to try to be careful on that. So yeah, the kid place versus the adult place.
Let the experiment begin. Away up 95. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only other unfortunate thing about this. We're gonna have to go well out of our ways, because unfortunately the closest Dave & Buster's to where we are now, compared to where Chuck E. Cheese is, it's all the way up in Arundel Mills, near where the Maryland Live Casino is.
Because there used to be a Dave & Buster's right near our neighborhood at White Flint Mall, but the White Flint Mall has been planning a renovation, or not renovation. They're going to be tearing it down for a new development, and they kicked Dave & Buster's out. They found a loophole in their contract because they had built a location somewhere else, and
I think it was this location, actually. The location we'll be going to today.
Yeah. So, wish us luck on this. Small looking one from this angle. This is going to feel weird. So yeah, we're here, feeling silly. Certainly different from how I remember it. We ended up picking a rather small one, as it turns out. So there's not a whole lot of game variety, really. I mean, they got Terminator Salvation, but that probably could just be the location. I don't know. Yeah, arcades are not quite what they used to be, are they? I mean, because the home game market is just taking over now. So we're just waiting for the food right now. Oh, pizza came. Let's have a taste. Tastes like a pizza. That's something at least. Well, as it stands so far, this experiment is probably going to be no contest. The pizza wasn't bad. It's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. It certainly tasted like a pizza. It didn't taste cardboardy or anything. The game selection, as I said before, is very kid-oriented. Oh, I guess that's the whole point. It could just be that my taste in arcade games have changed. I don't know. Really not anything worth playing, really. So, just give a lucky kid some free tokens. Let's see, the value,
The value of it, I don't think was all that bad. I mean, the only thing was is that we thought that the game selection was going to be better, so we went for the value, which gave us some tokens. But the unfortunate thing about it is it's just that just nothing there. So it kind of feels like that we maybe wasted a little bit of money right here.
Yeah. So how would you rate everything? The food would be.
The food, I think, is it's solid, not spectacular, but it's not spectacular, but it's solid. So I would say, I would give that a thumbs up, but pretty much everything else is a little, I don't know, not up to snuff, really. That's more, I think, for an adult taste. I think that the bottom line here with this, I think that if you want to come here and get something out of Chuck E. Cheese's, do it with a kid.
Do it with a kid, definitely. Game selection leaves a lot to be desired.
A lot to be desired. Then again,
this is a very small one we ended up coming to. I remember it being a lot bigger when I was a kid. It could just be the location. But yeah, the game selection's classic.
Service I'll give credit for, really good service. They
didn't give us any funny looks. We just kept to ourselves, and they just treated us like customers. So,
which give them credit for. That is always a good thing.
Ambiance, definitely the kiddie fair. Animatronics don't even seem to be working today.
Now they might actually be working in a few moments, but honestly, I don't know if I want to stick around.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, there is actually a refurbished one from the 80s. Isn't that weird? The Monsters Return. So yeah, ambiance kind of weak. What were our other factors?
I think we've already covered all of them. Food, ambience, value, service, and game selection. I mean, just let's do it with the kid. Let's see what Dave & Buster's has for us here in a little bit.
Yeah, stay tuned. Well, now we're here at Dave & Buster's, and as you can see, we are surrounded by sports games. So that's definitely different in atmosphere, so that we knew that was going to be a big plus. As you saw from the arcade, there's a lot more variety in there. I mean, you got, I can't go over them right now, I'll have to go back in there. But yeah, so far those are 2 pluses over the Chuck E. Cheese. This place also has pool tables, and I believe this particular one has a bowling alley. Both pluses. So we're just gonna get some food here. I mean, you can't get pizza in this place. You used to be able to get pizza, but I don't know why they took that out the menu. But you got stuff like burgers and chicken and cheesecakes, that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna have to rate the food now. All right, so food time. Got ourselves hamburgers, and what do we got?
Got myself a double cheese.
Double cheese. So it's the food rating game. We're actually pretty familiar with this food, so it tastes like a hamburger.
Fries were good.
How would you rate the hamburger? I mean, how would you rate the food compared to
I
other
would say,
places?
yeah, compared to other places, I mean, when you're talking about going to a bar to say enjoy a game or do something else, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly like some of the stuff that they do here a heck of a lot more than they do over at places like Buffalo Wild Wings or Glory Days. But not to say that those places are bad. I mean, I guess it's just my own personal preference.
All right. I mean, it has a sort of Ruby Tuesdays like quality. Yeah,
that's a great comparison.
Yeah. And got myself a eat and play combo. So got a power card. So we're just gonna play a couple of games after this and see how that is. See what the selection is. Certainly a better experience. They have much bigger variety of games compared to the Chuck E. Cheese. It might have just been a bad Chuck E. Cheese. The food, I mean, how would you compare it to the Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
I mean, I think it felt more filling. It definitely felt more filling.
Really? The ambiance, well, certainly superior. It's not as kiddified. It's certainly for a more adult market. It's a shame their menu got rid of pizza years ago. The value?
Value, I would say it's probably right around the same place you would get at most other, like bars around the area.
So compared to the Chuck E. Cheese?
Compared to the Chuck E. Cheese, I think you're actually getting a better value for your money.
So I guess that's it. It was a pretty obvious case. I expected this to be more of a competition thing, but this was pretty hands down for the Dave & Buster's. So if there's a Dave & Buster's near you, if you want a good food and entertainment place, Dave & Buster's is the one to go to.
No question about it.